Alright everybody, this is the second video, second half of our Thanksgiving special. A lot of people always ask, how do I make the mac and cheese? It's a very old recipe, very good family. But when I start telling them, people, they're not really ready to go in the deep end, as I would say. So I've developed a way so you can have my mac and cheese, very simple, easy breezy mac and cheese. So what we have here, I have a water going here that I doctored up with some chicken base. I got some oregano, some thyme, I got some rosemary, some garlic, some onion, and basically what I created is stock, okay? A quick, easy stock. Use the chicken base. If you don't have chicken stock, it's very quick. So I do my noodles in that versus just doing it in plain salt. That's boring. We want the noodles to taste just as good as everything else, all right? What I'm gonna melt some butter. And as the butter is melting, I'm going to add some cream cheese. Now in the beginning, it is not gonna look pretty. I'll tell you that now. But the end result will be very good. So don't worry about that. So you have your fire, you wanna have your fire on low and just keep stirring until everything is melted together. All right, so let's go back to this noodles here. Let me give you a quick prono. What I found, especially when you're using a nice broth full of flavor, the water is already hot. So cook it for maybe about halfway, then you want to turn off your fire. And you want to allow the noodles to rest in that hot broth that you have there. And that will allow it to soak up all of the flavors and be perfectly done when it's time to assemble. All right, so now we have our cream cheese melted here. We're going to start to slowly add in some heavy cream. Now this is one part that you do have to be careful with. You want to slowly add it, you don't want to just drop it in there. We don't want the sauce to break. We want everything to come together very nicely. What I also like to do, while that's happening, I like to add 1 bay leaf. All right, so at this portion of the nice sauce, we're gonna start building it. We're gonna add some cream of chicken. Continue combining it, and you're gonna start adding in your seasoning. So I have some ground rosemary here. We're gonna add that to it, just a pinch. Rosemary is very powerful, so a little goes a long way. I like to add just a little bit of chicken base into it. You don't have to worry about the salt so much when you're doing with the chicken base because it's already salty. Add some garlic powder. Now don't worry about the measurements here. I got the full recipe at meatlovefood.com, and so you can go there and you can follow along, print it out. Right here I just added some onion powder. Next I'm gonna throw in some black pepper. I'm using black pepper today because I don't have any white pepper. Usually I will use some white pepper. At this point, and this is where I'm cheating, so chefs don't be mad. I know how to make this from scratch. However, I want easy breezy. We create recipes that are simple for the everyday person. I don't want you to be intimidated by this. Because the way I did it, I tell you, people say, oh no, I'm not doing all that. But then it don't taste like how I do it, so. So after that, just get you some Alfredo cheese, store-bought. I'm using a roasted garlic Parmesan Alfredo. And I'm doing that because this is the part that saves you most time. Having to build a roux, having to build the complete sauce from scratch. It takes some time, and most people don't have that time, especially during the holidays. This is a very good one for the holidays because we're stretched full of time. Now as you add that in, it's going to start to build. You're going to start to feel this creaminess, this heavy body. But we ain't done. We're going to give it some more body. I'm all about that base, baby. So, to do so, you want some 5 blend Italian cheese, all right? Just dump it all in there. Don't be afraid. If you eat mac and cheese, you shouldn't be worried about cholesterol or anything else. You already eat a bunch of cheese, so hey, go unclog these arteries for Thanksgiving, get them good. You can get them pumped out the day after the holidays for New Year's, and we start our resolutions that we're not gonna keep. So, it's already hot. It's gonna melt that cheese nice. start to get super cheesy. There's some mozzarella in that cheese, so as it's melting, it's going to get nice and stringy. It's going to be beautiful. We want to kind of allow it to heat up a little bit. We want to make sure that flavors from that bay leaf come out. So one thing I like to do, now I just started doing this. I started kind of tinkering. You see the cheesiness, look at that. Imagine this in your own mac and cheese. There's no, now I'm not gonna cheat and do Velveeta. No, we ain't cheating that much. We're gonna, I'm gonna keep it homemade as much as possible for you. So, one thing I said I just started doing, and it actually turned out very well. I made it for a company in LA. They seem to enjoy it. I just add just a little bit, maybe about just a tablespoon of some basil pesto. I don't want a lot, I don't want to overpower anything. I just want a little bit of that nice flavor inside. So you just add that and stir it. So that is honestly it. What I suggest, like anything, taste your food. Do not use people as test dummies. Okay, we're not crash test dummies. You don't want to be like, oh, I hope it's good. I think it's right. I don't know. You don't want to do that. That's wrong. Plus, they're going to talk about you by the end of the day. So give it a taste. Make sure it's right. Use a spoon. That's good. For me, I'm going to add some more black pepper. It is good to go. And then that's the cheese portion of it. So assembling is very simple. 2 ways you can do this. For Byron Orange family, we get straight to it. All right, we don't do all the fancy stuff, but we got way too many people to feed and they hungry. So to save time on cleanup as well as assembling, we use some tins, some full tins here, and this is perfect. So when you're assembling it, get everything together, put the top on it, pop it in the oven, you're good to go. Once it's done, trash. You don't even have to worry about it. But I'm sure at home you're gonna do something nice. You can use a nice little ramekin dish. There are all kind of baking dishes you can use. And what I'll start by doing, oh, look at that. Ooh, cha. That's what my grandma say. Ooh, cha. I don't know what cha is, but it's something. I'm assuming it's meaning me. Put a little bit of that at the bottom, all right? So we're gonna check on the noodles, see how they're doing. And they are just about done. Let me see. Once again, check them. Oh my God. Let's do it. All right, so I'm going to strain this. One thing, let me give you another bro note. This is a good broth here, okay? You don't want to just throw it. So try to put it in some container, straining container that you can save it, because you can also use this on your potatoes for mashed potatoes. You can use it for potato salad. I'm telling you, if you use this broth on your potatoes for potato salad, hands down, you are now the favorite family member of all time, all right? So try to save that. If you can't, okay. So I'm gonna strain that, we're gonna come back. All right, so to assemble, we have the noodles done. We have our cheese sauce done. We have a nice little baking dish. Get as big or as small as you need for your family. And I have an egg that I scrambled up. That's gonna be very important, you'll see coming up. So I started with some cheese sauce here. And now I'm gonna add in the noodles. If you have a deep baking dish, I'll kind of alternate between the noodles and the cheese sauce here. Oh my goodness. Do you see that? Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Oh yeah, do that. Kind of just mix it together. I want to make sure it's nice and cheesy. I love mine nice, saucy, cheesy. My family loves it too. Get that. Go back. If you ever find that your sauce is just too thick for whatever, don't worry. Okay, you can always use some of that broth and add it a little bit at a time. It'll kind of loosen it up a little bit. But what I have here should be perfect. Drizzle in and drizzle in. And some more cheese. Just cause. Okay. So once that's folded in, make sure this sauce is all the way through. Every morsel of the macaroni is going to be saucy. I want you to egg portion now. And all you do, take the scrambled egg, you're going to pour it in, right? Now, I'll flip it over, use the handle portion, and just kind of mix it in. This is going to richen up the mac and cheese as well as helping everything hold together. Last but not least, the cheese. So I'm using this a triple cheddar. You can use sharp cheddar, mild cheddar. This is a combination of all three. You got some white cheddar, you got sharp cheddar, and mild cheddar. And so just kind of put it on top, spread it around. Finish it off because we're gonna Boykinize it. Paprika. Sprinkle it on top, gives it a nice color. Alright, already starting to look pretty. And parsley. Oh my goodness, now look at that. So, you're gonna throw it in the oven, 350 degrees. Comes out nice, melted. Brownness on the cheese, and you're ready to go. Serve it hot, and that's it.